Big updates for Manchester United fans. Ruben Amorim talks Rashford's injury, plus exciting summer transfer news including a 20-goal striker and more. Stay tuned. Ruben Amorim makes Marcus Rashford training claim after Manchester United exit. Marcus Rashford may have played for Man United for the last time after he joined Aston Villa on loan for the rest of the season. Ruben Amorim claims Marcus Rashford failed to adapt to his training and matchday demands at Manchester United. Rashford, 27, did not play in 12 successive matches for United before he joined Aston Villa on loan for the remainder of the season on Sunday. Villa are covering at least 75% of Rashford's £325,000 a week salary and have an option to buy the England international in the summer. United are expected to move for a proven goalscorer in the next transfer window. Rashford didn't play for United after he was substituted in the 2-1 Europa League win against Viktoria Plzeň on December 12. The England international did not acknowledge Amorim when he was taken off in the second half with United 1-0 down. 3 days later, Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho were omitted from the squad for the Manchester derby victory at City on account of their attitude. Garnacho has since appeared in every United match, but Rashford outlined his desire for a new challenge 2 days after he was left out of the squad against City. Amorim said last week he would not be embarrassed or humiliated if Rashford regains form at Villa, who have qualified for the Champions League round of 16 automatically. On Thursday, the United head coach elaborated on why Rashford was let go. "That is, of course, you as a journalist or a fan can take this in the way that you want," Amorim said. "You can take whatever you want. What I say is that I couldn't get Marcus to see the way you're supposed to play football and to train the way I see it. And sometimes you have one player who is really good with one coach." Ruben Amorim rules Man United FA Cup hero out of Leicester clash in fresh injury blow. Altay Bayındır has been ruled out of Manchester United's FA Cup fourth-round clash against Leicester in the latest injury blow to hit Ruben Amorim's squad. Bayındır was the star of United's third-round win over Premier League title challengers Arsenal. He made a string of saves before denying both Martin Odegaard and Kai Havertz in the penalty shootout. He also recently kept a clean sheet in the win over FCSB that ensured United qualified for the last 16 of the Europa League. But Amorim has now confirmed that the Turkish star is the latest to be consigned to the treatment room. And it means he will miss out on the chance to face the Foxes, alongside fellow keeper Tom Heaton. It likely means that first-choice Andre Onana will not be rested and will line up between the sticks. Amorim told MUTV, "Altay, I think, he has a problem. So he is not available for the game. Tom is also not for this game, but he can play the other ones in the future. So the rest are ready. The important thing is we are ready to face the game." With Bayındır and Heaton ruled out, Ely Harrison, Hubert Grazic and Dermot Mee will be pushing for inclusion in the squad. Highly regarded Harrison, who recently returned from a successful loan spell at Chester, was on the bench for the Premier League defeat to Crystal Palace. Elsewhere, Lisandro Martinez will also be missing after he suffered an ACL injury against Palace. And Luke Shaw has suffered yet another setback, with the Englishman set for weeks on the sidelines. "Leica is a difficult situation," Amorim added. "We don't know the extent of the injury, but it's an injury that is going to take time. Luke, just a little bit, one small issue in a different area from the last injury, so we'll try to be careful with Luke. It's hard. It's hard to give you a time, because he has a small issue different from the injury. Then he has to stop. Then we have to return." Man United nail summer plan as 20-goal striker in advanced talks over free transfer. Man United's summer transfer priority is clear, but Ruben Amorim looks set to have one fewer option. Manchester United are nailed on to prioritise a new striker in the summer as Ruben Amorim targets an established goalscorer to ease the burden on Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee. Jonathan David reportedly features on Amorim's shortlist, with United among a host of suitors ahead of his Lille contract expiring in July. However, the 25-year-old, who has scored 20 goals this season, is reportedly set to leave the shop window, narrowing down the attacking options on the market. According to TBR Football, months after informing Lille of his intention to leave, David is in advanced talks to join Barcelona on a free transfer this summer. The Canada international is said to have received pre-contract offers from several teams, including multiple Premier League admirers. It's claimed that United join Aston Villa, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Juventus, Newcastle United, Tottenham, and West Ham United in the frame. But the report adds that David is close to sealing a deal with Barcelona, with talks over a potential Bosman agreement at an advanced stage. David has played in Europe since he was 18, registering 37 goals and 15 assists in 83 games for KA Gent before joining Lille in 2020. His consistent goal-scoring exploits for the League One club, netting 104 times in 217 appearances, have unsurprisingly harvested interest. He has made no secret of his dream to play for Barcelona, most recently publicly laying out his desire to move to the Nou Camp last year. Barcelona was always the team I grew up supporting. When you grow up supporting a team, it's a dream to play for them, David told The Athletic. With David seemingly off the cards, there is a sense that United are even more likely to launch a pursuit of Sporting superstar Viktor Gyokeres in the summer. Amorim has reportedly placed the prolific Man United transfer news, Viktor Gyokeres price, Harry Kane chance and Douglas Luiz dilemma. Manchester United may have missed out on bolstering their attacking options in the January transfer window, but the club could be in for a busy summer. Manchester United's woes seem to be mounting, with injuries and a lack of form adding to their troubles. The Red Devils' loss to Crystal Palace on Sunday was a bitter pill to swallow, but the serious injury to Lisandro Martinez, which will sideline him for several months, added insult to injury. To make matters worse, manager Ruben Amorim failed to secure any last-minute signings, leaving the squad stretched thin. This leaves those at Old Trafford in a precarious position as they strive to avoid a repeat of last season's dismal Premier League performance. The absence of a reliable striker has been a long-standing issue, and Amorim is working with a limited number of natural wing-backs, despite the late signing of Patrick Dorgu. As we approach what could be a pivotal summer, we delve into the latest transfer news from Manchester. Sporting Lisbon's Viktor Gyokeres is likely to be high on United's wish list as they aim to reunite the prolific forward with Amorim. Gyokeres has proven to be a shrewd acquisition since his move to Portugal and is now one of the continent's most lethal strikers. The 26-year-old netted a hat-trick against Manchester City a few months ago, and according to iNews, Sporting would be open to selling their star player for around £60 million. Sporting have demonstrated that they are willing to part with their top talent for the right price. Amorim saw several of his key players depart during his time at the helm, and the club may yet see their former boss return to snap up their prized asset. Harry Kane's release clause is set to be activated next January, potentially paving the way for a cut-price return to England. The striker, 31, who was heavily linked with a move to Manchester before he eventually signed. Until then, Ruben Amorim teases Chido Obi-Martin first-team prospects at Manchester United. Chido Obi-Martin is only 17 but, as a prolific Man United striker, he could force his way into the first-team squad this season. Ruben Amorim has not ruled out the possibility of integrating academy striker Chido Obi-Martin into the Manchester United first-team squad this season. Obi-Martin, 17, joined United from Arsenal's academy in the summer and has scored 9 goals in 11 appearances for the club's junior sides this season. United's attack has been halved since the start of the campaign, with Jadon Sancho, Antony, Marcus Rashford and rookie Ethan Wheatley allowed to leave on loan. The club decided against moving for a new forward in the winter transfer window as they did not want a mere stopgap solution. Rashford broke into the United side as an 18-year-old in February 2016 with older strikers James Wilson and Ashley Fletcher out on loan, while Wayne Rooney, Anthony Martial and Will Keane succumbed to injury. United's current strikers, Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, are in the midst of long goal droughts. Højlund has not scored in 13 games and Zirkzee has managed 1 goal in his last 16 appearances. Obi-Martin only turned 17 on November 29 and Amorim stressed that improving Højlund, 22 on Tuesday, and the 23-year-old Zirkzee remained the priority. "He's doing his job," Amorim said when asked about Obi-Martin. "He's improving, he's playing in the youth teams, and also we have other players who can play that position." Rasmus and Josh are there. We bought these two players, we need to improve them, and sometimes the confidence can change a player. We will see in the end of the season. But until then we have two strikers who can score goals, they've proved in the past, so let's see if we can improve as a team to help them to score goals. New signings Patrick Dorgu and Aidan Heaven are in contention to make their debuts in the FA Cup fourth round tie against